Hello and welcome to Homegrown Hangout. I am your host, Homegrown, and today I'm going to be talking a little bit about a Netflix show. I've watched The Crown before, but I kind of watched it passively. I just watched the first episode. I took a couple notes, and I kind of wanted to discuss with you guys my thoughts on the Netflix show The Crown. So let me see. Oops. So this is the fourth season. So the first season they all had young actors and whatnot, and then the second season they had or the same actors but older, and then so my little brother's in the chat. Hey, so he's asking what The Crown is. All right, if you've been living under a rock, The Crown is a TV show about the British monarchy and the British royal family and whatnot. And this kind of goes into pretty well my first note that it's kind of, this TV show is, in my opinion, a type of propaganda, which means that it has, whether it knows it or not, it has a certain message, and it has a certain agenda. And it appears as though its agenda is glorifying the royal family. And it tells a story of how hard it is being in the royal family while they're all surrounded in gold. So it's kind of like a boo-hoo, we got it so bad we have to submit to the whims of the British populace, when you're surrounded in value that was siphoned off of the British populace. So they started the show, they went right into talking about the Troubles, which was kind of interesting. Like, they just went headfirst into it, and they showed footage that was kind of glorifying the British troops. They were all marching, they all looked spiffy and official and whatnot. And then they had that intercut with shots of Irish lads throwing stones, and there's a voiceover talking about a new phase of the conflict. Now, it's ooh, there's stuff going on in Ireland. So they're showing the Irish fighting back, and the British looking so official in what it is that they're doing. And then later on, they make reference to Bloody Sunday. And it's like they show the Irish fighting back. They do not show the British attacking them in the first place, when that is very important to notice. They do a good job of painting a certain picture. They're trying to demonize the IRA. They're trying to make it out like the Irish were unreasonable, and maybe I wouldn't say that everything they did was awesome, but I think they had a noble cause. They had a worthy cause. They were fighting for their cause. And I'll get into that a little bit later. Then they cut to the British, and they are the royals, and it's just them. They're gossiping. They have idle gossip, and then it's like a kind of a joke about how the newspapers are just chatting about their idle gossip, and how the idle gossip of the royal family is the stuff of newspaper headlines, which is outrageous. That there's a family that, oh yes, this is our special family, and this is the family that is in charge of everyone, and we're going to listen to what they have to say, and we're going to care about what goes on in that family. It's kind of dumb. So then they show Margaret Thatcher, and my first thought was, oof, poor Scully. Like, oh, I remember watching X-Files when I was younger. Like, I was watching them on Netflix, but still, I was younger when I was watching them. And it was so cool, and Scully was like a badass. And oh my god, they did her dirty, making her Thatcher. And so they show Thatcher being elected, and like immediately it's like kind of the yay, we have a female prime minister, progress, yay, we have a woman in power. And then they cut to Margaret Thatcher going in to talk to the Queen, where the Queen like officially, because the Queen's word is the law. So the way that Margaret Thatcher becomes prime minister is that the Queen, or that she goes to the Queen's office and the Queen says, "Hello, yes, you are prime minister now." And then she goes, "Oh, okay." And that's how they do it. That's kind of like fucking incredible. So Margaret Thatcher goes in and she kneels to the Queen, which is an interesting choice. But then when the Queen is like, "Oh yes, it's like, oh, I'm so excited to see another woman in power." And then Margaret Thatcher is like, "Oh, women aren't suited for power. They're far too emotional." And I'm like, oh, damn. Way to just be out there, Maggie. So that was kind of funny to watch. So then then is when things happen. So the royals all go off. They fuck off to their castle in Scotland. And I'm pretty sure Lord Mountbatten, who is this fucking old guy, he did some pretty fucked stuff in the past, I'm not gonna lie. But he goes, I think he's crab hunting on the side of Ireland. So they're showing all of this, the shots of the monarchs, or the royals, and they're all fishing, and they're all vacationing off in their hideaways in Scotland and in the other lands that they have conquered. And then they go into drama about who's married who, and like the fact that Charles is in love with a married woman and he still loves Camilla. Camilla is married, and oh, Charles, what are you gonna do? What's there for poor Charles? Then oh yeah, and this is about when he meets Diana, and she's cute wearing a costume, and it's like there's, what is it? They kind of show Diana and romanticize her a little bit. They try to make it so her and Charles appear cute together, and they do appear cute together. The show does a very good job of getting you invested in them having a relationship. So that, I would say, props to the writers for getting us invested like that. But then the royals, they go off fishing and they go off to their whatever. And then all of a sudden we see Lord Mountbatten. He's on a boat with two young lads. I think one is his grandson and the other is like an official helper person that the royals have, because they have those. And they throw a lobster back, and then boom! The IRA blows up the boat. And then they milk that for a while of, oh my god, how dare they do that? This is criminal. This is a tragedy. This is the worst thing that's could happen. And, you know, is this Lord Mountbatten, like a couple seasons ago, didn't he try to like lead a coup against Britain's elected left-wing government? He was like, oh yes, we have assumed all of the business interests and we are ready to overthrow the government with me, Lord Mountbatten, as the figurehead. And the way we do it is we go to the Queen, and if the Queen says okay, then we do it. But we have to first convince the Queen that the Prime Minister is a dirty socialist. But the Queen kind of likes the Prime Minister, so she goes to Lord Mountbatten and is like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me with this coup shit? Fuck off. So, I'm not really upset that the IRA killed him. Like the two boys were it was a tragedy, but think about how many innocent civilians Obama did in his drone strikes. Like there's always casualties in a conflict. And the Irish, they were fighting for their island. They're fighting for their homeland. They're fighting against colonial oppressors. Who's at the like the British are the quintessential colonial oppressors. So I'm not super against the struggle against them. So then, what is it? So I went in and said that this was a fantastic way of propagandizing people into hating the IRA. And then they go into this bit where the Lord Mountbatten, the guy who just died, in his will, he wrote Charles a letter that was basically like, you can't pine after a married woman. You need to marry a good princess who the British people are going to love. And it's just basically like, Diana, 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 Diana. You're going to find Diana and you're going to marry Diana and it's going to be good. Oh yeah, Margaret Thatcher calls the Queen and goes, "It was a travesty what happened to Lord Mountbatten. We will fight against these criminals." Which kinda, it. She's like, "There's no such thing as political violence, political murders, political actions like this. There is only criminal violence, criminal murders and criminal actions." And it's like, that's goes into the concept of the monopoly on violence, that when the state represses people, it's acceptable because it's the state doing that. But when the people don't like that and fight back, that's violence. That's dangerous stuff. How it's only portrayed as violence when the people respond. What initially caused the people to respond that way? No, that's not violence. That's just the state. And then it kind of ended with like a really cute scene of Charles asking out Diana, and like, yeah, that was cute. They did a good job writing those scenes. They made Diana cute. Cool. They're also completely legitimizing an entity that exists solely for pageantry. The British monarchy, they have basically just ceremonial power. It's the bourgeoisie of the UK who hold all the real power. And Margaret Thatcher, I don't think they're gonna go into why she's hated, other than like, oh, she was mean to the IRA. I think that might be their legitimate only analysis. I'm not sure they're going to acknowledge anything else. But Margaret Thatcher was basically acting on the interests of the bourgeoisie capitalist interests. She was the leader of the Conservative Party, and for my Americans who don't know much about Britain, the Margaret Thatcher was kind of like their Reagan. It was neat. But yeah, it was a very neat episode. Like, I don't know if I'm going to do this for the other ones. This might just be a one-off for the first episode. But The Crown, yeah, I'd give it a bourgeoisie propaganda out of 10. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it if you'd hit the subscribe button and like this video if you like hearing about me talk about things that I like. Because I like talking about things, and if you like hearing me talk, then make it so you know when I talk. And subscribe, hit the bell icon. That's the thing. Like it. There's so many things you can do. If you hate me, that's fine. That's fine. Leave a comment. Tell me what you disagree with me about things. Tell me if you don't like it, and I might reply to you. I'll probably reply to you. I have nothing better to do. My life is so empty and boring. I just want to feel something. God. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic day, and goodbye.